stopped. Well, we'll just start the recording now. So now it's recording. But I think that it's whatever you make it. Okay. So go into this time saying that it's the best time. Okay. And I honestly think that it is, because what's the biggest holiday of the year? Christmas. And so many people have to put Christmas on credit cards. You know what I mean? And then they spend the rest of the year paying off those credit cards, or half of the year paying off those credit cards. And we have a business opportunity where they can make money from their phone, around their schedule, around their busy life. And, just an extra $500 just going Ruby could pay for so many people's Christmases. Okay. So we have something absolutely amazing on our hands. So just remember that whatever you're speaking of this business, if you're telling yourself it's a slow season, if you're telling yourself I'm not going to promote right now, or it's slow, or not as many people are going to want the products, then yes, your business will be slower and you're not going to have as many enrollments, because that's what you're speaking, that's what you're believing, and that's what your actions are going to produce, is, just not as much. So if you're not giving it your all, like I said, you're not going to get as much. If you're giving it your all, then you're going to get the most of right now, but you're also going to be setting yourself up for massive success and massive growth in boom season, okay? Because the messages that you're sending now, the people that you're talking to now, yes, you're going to sign some of them up, but think of, just with this, I'll tell y'all, with this host to post thing that we've been doing, I had 50 potential distributors last month. I have never in the 3 years that I've been in this business had that many potential distributors. And I don't mean that they said, hi, I'm interested in your business, and I wrote their name down. I mean, 50 people told me a day that they can sign on between now and like the next 2 months. That's insane. Okay. Because if even half of those people join, that's 25 new distributors. That's really good. Okay. So those people, those 50 potentials, I know that they're not all going to join this month. I know that they're not all going to join in the next 4 months. But come boom season, right? They're going to join because they're on my list, and I will be following up with them, and they will be seeing my posts, okay? So this idea of the business is always going to be in the back of their head, because I'm going to keep popping in. I'm going to keep following up. Hey, here I am. And then I've got that follow-up, and they're going to see my business post. They're going to see, oh, wow, she's been able to do this. Okay, wow, now she's doing this. Okay, shoot, now this girl on her team just did this. All right, I've been watching for 6 months. What's this business? That's how it always goes, okay? So the people that you're talking to now, all of these names that you're getting on your list, this is what's going to get you through this season. But also, if you haven't experienced a boom season, like if you've experienced a boom season, drop a 1 in the comments, and then I want you to tell me just in one word, like what you thought of boom season. Because my first boom season, I did not take it that seriously. Like I kept hearing everybody talk about boom season this, boom season that. And I was like, yeah. And then boom season got here, and I was like, holy crap, they were right. And last year was like my actual like boom season that I like knew what was coming. You guys, it was amazing. Okay. So whatever you're putting in now is what's going to set you up for massive success and massive growth in boom season. So make sure that you're planting seeds now, because when it comes to your harvest, you're going to have a huge harvest. Yes, like I love it, because boom season is in the middle of conference. Like boom season is January to March, April. We go to conference like end of January, beginning of February, and like Carolyn was legit bawling her eyes out at conference, like just bawling her eyes out. Like, and it's just because the energy and just being around everybody and seeing like how much love, like our CEO, like how he actually loves every single distributor. Like you might think like, oh, but I'm just a distributor. They still love all of us. It doesn't matter where we are in this business. Like, it's just seriously, like, I'm getting chills just thinking about conference. I'm about to like start to be choked up, because I freaking love conference. Okay. So if you don't go to any events all year, you better make sure that every fast start that you make in this business, you're setting aside so you can go to conference. Okay. If you've been to conference, drop a 2 and tell me how it changed your life, because I don't know, you guys, like conference, like speechless. Like my first conference, I was bawling my eyes out. I was like, oh my God, like I don't even know why I'm crying. I'm just so happy, and I just feel so at home that I'm crying. But conference is absolutely amazing. Okay. So now, we're going to talk about our why. Okay. We're taking it back to there. Why did you join this business? Okay. Tell me in the chat, just a little brief thing. Why did you join this business? Okay. I'm going to pause for a second so y'all can think about your why. I'll tell you mine. I joined because I had Berkeley and she was 1. She had like just turned 1. And, you know, she was about to start walking. And it was just all of those moments that I felt like I was going to be missing, you know, her first actual word, or, you know, I wanted to be able to take her to all of her doctor's appointments and not have to, you know, schedule around, you know, doing hair colors and stuff like that. I just wanted to be at home. Being a stay-at-home mom has always been my dream. So think of your why, okay? And what I want you to do also is on your piece of paper, I want you to write down your why, extremely big. You can go back and make it cute later. Write down your why, okay? And then later, after this Zoom and after the other Zoom, you're going to go into detail about your why. Okay, write kind of like a story about your why. That way, whenever you start feeling like, oh, business is slow, maybe I need to quit. Maybe, you know, this isn't for me. I want you to go back and read that why. And your why should be so strong and so like this description should make you bawl your eyes out when you go back and read it, because your why is what's going to keep you going. Okay, so now you have your why. You know why you joined this business. Can you tell your why that this business is too hard, too much, or that you just don't feel like it? Can you do that? I joined this business for my kids. So could I go to Berkeley and just be like, I'm too tired. It's not worth it. It's too much. I'm sorry. Can I tell my children that? No. Okay. So, you know, thinking this isn't for me, maybe I should quit, all of these self-doubts, take it back to your why. Remember why you started, and then ask yourself, can I give up on my why? I can give up on me, right? But can I give up on that? Okay. So, and that should fuel you and that should keep you going. And if your why doesn't make you cry, like if you're not so passionate about it, then you need to reevaluate your why. And there's actually a podcast for that. It's called What's Wrong with Your Why? And it's by Abby Kappa. It's the She's Here For It podcast. It's the podcast that I'm always talking about. So now we've gone over our why. Okay. Okay. Now with this business, you cannot expect to be successful and you cannot expect to get where you want to go if you don't make this a priority. Okay? I'm going to say that again. This business has got to be a priority. Okay? I joined this business for money. I joined this business for selfish reasons. My family was struggling so bad. I was so miserable. I was so unhappy that I wanted to completely change my life. Okay? Like, I thought about what it would be like to have a house that I liked, because we lived in a duplex with these bikers. If you're a biker, I'm not hating on you. I'm just saying they would roll up in the garage on their motorcycle when their garage was next to our bedroom at 4 a.m. Okay, I was not happy. It was a 2-bedroom duplex. Everything that we had in it was from garage sales, from estate sales, or passed down from our family, because we could not afford to go and buy the couch that we wanted. We couldn't afford to go and buy all of the cute farmhouse decorations at Hobby Lobby, okay? So I joined this business for selfish reasons, for materialistic things, and to have more time with Berkeley. But ever since I joined, literally as soon as I clicked submit, I said, you will not quit, okay? Because backstory, everything that I've ever done, I've quit, okay? I graduated high school, was not that great in school, didn't have the best of grades, went to college right out of high school, and got my dental assisting certificate. Hated it. I was like, no, I don't want to be in people's mouths all day. I'm not even going to try to get a job. Okay. What am I going to do now? I went and waited tables for 3 years until I absolutely could not stand it anymore. I was pregnant and they made me mad and I just walked out. I was like, you know what? I quit. Like, y'all can clean your own door. I'm not even doing my outs duties. I'm piecing up and leaving. Okay. Just quit. And then I didn't just quit doing hair, but I went through cosmetology school, started a job in the salon, but there was still a hole in my heart. It's not what I wanted to do. I wanted to be at home, okay? And I'm not a homebody. I just wanted to be at home with my child. You know what I mean? So I clicked submit and I said, you will not quit this, okay? You're not going to give up. Yeah, there's going to be times where it's harder. There's going to be times where things don't go your way, but that's life, right? And so I said, you're going to make this a priority no matter what. No matter what life throws your way, no matter how you're feeling, this is a priority to you. And this is just as much a priority as my kids, as going to church, as my relationship with Christ. Like, this business is in the top 3, like my relationship with Christ, my kids and my family, my business. Okay, those are the things. Like, those are my things. Okay, and if it doesn't pertain to those, it doesn't get my time and energy. All right, so it has to be a priority. But I promise you, if you make it an actual priority, you're going to get where you want to go. You're going to see the results that you want to see. Okay, so make it a priority. And now you have to get into what is your hustle. Okay, and the reason that I even titled this like hustle or whatever is because since doing that host to post thing, when I tell y'all that I scrolled all the way down to, I don't even know how many followers I have on Instagram, 7,600 something. I scrolled down to the very bottom of my 7,600 something followers on Instagram, and I started messaging all the way up. These were people from high school that I haven't talked to in years. These were people that I was like, oh, I really don't want to message you, but I'm going to do it. These are people that I was like, I feel like you're really going to say no, but I'm going to do it. These are people that I was like, I don't even know who you are, but hi, I'm going to pop in your inbox, okay? I have messaged everybody. And in the last almost, how long have we been doing this? Friday, it was a week. I have sent almost 1,000 messages in the last week. So if I do that in, 7 weeks, I would have gone through all 7,000 of my followers. Can y'all imagine, reflect on how many seeds that is, and then reflect on how many potentials that is, and then reflect on my harvest and what my harvest will be over the next 6 months, because I'm actually putting in the nitty gritty work. Okay. Now back to hustle. I laugh because I messaged so many people, and some of these are people that were already customers, but they stopped ordering. And I was just like, hey, can I ask you a question? Not trying to sell you anything. Some of these were people who keep telling me that they want to order and they haven't ordered. Some of these were people who I haven't talked to since high school. So many people have messaged me and said, yes, I would love to support you. I 100% respect your hustle. Their exact words. I've never thought about it like that. But then I started thinking about it, like, why do they respect my hustle? Like, how can they go and tell me that? Because some of these are people who, they don't like everything that I post. They don't interact on my Instagram stories, but they're watching me because they just told me they respect my hustle. They see me daily posting. They see me daily on my Instagram stories. They see me daily producing something in this business, okay? And they respect my hustle. But why do they see that? Because I've made this a priority and I show up daily. Does this not blow y'all's mind how simple this actually is? We just overcomplicate it because of our feelings, and we're like, oh my gosh, it's just so much. It's really not so much. You're just making it so much, okay? So put in the hustle. So now we're going to go, and my question was, okay, what's my hustle, right? I don't really know. And I even have my girl boss hat on just for tonight's Zoom. You're welcome. So what's my hustle? And I feel like, obviously, girl boss is part of it, but also mama boss. That's how people think of me. Okay, they see me as a mom. Caroline, I am not extra. Maybe a little, but they see me as a mom. And I have a lot of people who tell me what you do for your kids is, just things like that. Okay, so I want people to see me as a mom who is relentless with the life she's going to give her kids and give herself, okay? And so that ties into mom boss, right? But then I also just, I'm a girl boss. I'm a girl who does not need a man in her life, and I'm doing things, right? Yes, snap my fingers. Hello, here I am. But, so what is your hustle? Okay, write that down. And then I want you to think about that, because that's going to kind of go into branding yourself. Who are you? What do you like? What is your hustle? Okay. And, kind of just to touch on that, girl boss and mom boss, that's what I want people to know and think when they see me. Okay. I want them to be like, she is a hard working mama boss babe. Don't test her, don't cross her. She gets things done. Okay. And that's the vibe that I want to give off on my Instagram. Okay. So on my Facebook, my posts will reflect that. Okay. My captions will reflect that. Me and my story will reflect that. Okay. Hick boss, Alabama boss babe. There you go. Make that your new Instagram handle. So, what is the vibe that you want to give off? Okay. And that's going to go back into branding yourself. And that's going to show on your social media accounts. Okay. So now the way that my brain processes, I was like, what's the actual definition of hustle? So I Googled it. Okay. To move hurriedly, which obviously means fast, or I can't really say this word very well, unceremoniously, which means abrupt. Okay. In a specific direction. Whoa. Okay. So we're not just hustling to hustle any and everywhere. Okay. We've got our goal. What's your goal? Okay. Are you trying to get your first 4 customers to get your shopping spree? Are you trying to get started for Ruby and go Ruby? Are you trying to go diamond? Are you trying to go presidential? Are you trying to go triple? Are you trying to go ambassador? What is your goal? Okay. Make sure y'all are muted. Everybody's unmuted. Hold on. Okay. There we go. Can y'all hear me? Yes, you can. So, what's your goal? Okay. And then you are going to hustle to that goal. All right. And know, like I said, that along the way, life is going to come and try to knock you down. Right. You're always going to have something that you're going through. You guys, if you're new, if you don't know, I left an abusive marriage last summer because of this business. Okay, I very easily could have been like, there's so much going on in my life. I cannot deal with this business, on the back burner, not happening, not going to work. But no, I said, you know what? Everything else in my life can be a completely and totally chaotic, flipped upside down, what the heck is happening mess. But this business, I control. I control this business more than I control my kids, right? They still have a mind of their own. If I tell Berkeley, no, you can't have a piece of cake, that's not the end of it. She's going to throw a fit. And I'm going to have to be like, no, you are not getting that piece of cake. But if I tell myself, you need to message, and I go message, it's done. If I tell myself, you need to follow, you need to post, and I do it, it's done. Because I control. I control what I put into this business, which therefore produces my results, okay? So it doesn't matter what you're going through in life. Everybody's going to go through something. And, the redness in me and I don't know how to describe what I'm about to say, but just what I've been through, when people come to me and they say, I can't work this business because blah, 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 I immediately put my hand up and say, stop. I do not want to hear it, because that is an excuse. I'm sorry for how it makes you feel. And I'm sympathetic that you are going through that. Like, I honestly do care, but don't come to me with what you're going through in life and tell me you can't work this business because of what I went through. Okay. Like, crap. Okay. But I still showed up. And if I hadn't have been, I never posted really about what I was going through, but people saw the change. Okay. In April, we had gotten a house. And then here comes July, August, and I'm moving into an apartment. And people are like, what happened to your house? How come you don't talk about your husband anymore? How come he's not in any of your pictures? And people started putting it together. Nobody would have known what I was actually going through if I hadn't told them, because I never skipped a beat. I never not posted. I never not sent messages. Okay. So I left in July. In July, I also bought a car. In August, I moved into my very first apartment place by myself. And then September, Riley was born. So now I'm going through a divorce, left an abusive marriage, moved out on my own, have Berkeley. Now I have a newborn. In October, I promoted to triple diamond. You're not going through too much. It's not that you don't have time. It's not that you don't know what to do. It's that you're not making it a priority and you're not showing up to your business. Okay. So something else that I'm going to touch on is you don't have to have an upline to be successful in this business. Okay. So do not say that you're not where you want to be because your upline, blah, blah, blah. Do not say I'm not where I want to be because my downline, blah, blah, blah. Okay. Your downline is going to follow the pace that you're setting. So if you're sitting here waiting for them to produce, guess what? They're sitting there waiting for somebody to produce for them, because that's what you're doing. It's like a waterfall. Okay. Whatever's coming out of me is flowing into y'all, and then it flows into the leaders, and then the leader, it's just a waterfall. Okay. All the way down. So whatever you're doing, that's what your team is doing. Okay. So went over that. So like I asked earlier, what's your hustle? Okay. Right now, are you being consistent? Is that your hustle? Are you actually hustling? Are you moving abruptly in a specific direction? Okay? Are you hustling? And are you being consistent? Are you showing up daily? Are you posting, messaging, following up, following? Are you doing that? Or right now, are you go, stop, go, stop, go, stop, go, stop? Okay, honestly, what are you? Hustling or stopping and going? Put it in the chat. So if you are being consistent and if you are doing all of the things for the business, that's what your team is doing, point blank, because they see you doing that, right? That's why we have our fire chat, right? Because y'all see the leaders in there. You see us booming. What does that do? That makes you want to boom, right? FOMO, you're like, hold on, I need to boom. I want to boom an LC. I want to boom a DT. Let me go message. Let me go grow my network. Let me go post to my story. Let me go post, right? Because you want to get a boom. You want to feel the excitement and have people cheering you on, okay? So if you're being consistent in doing the things, then that's what your team is doing. But if you're going and stopping and going and stopping and going and stopping and complaining and, oh, this is happening, oh, I can't because of this, and you have all of these excuses, guess what? That's what your team's doing, right? Because that's what they see you doing, okay? And two, it's weird how this works, okay? Because I'm guilty and I have done this. There are times where I'm not on my A game. Oh gosh, I'm a triple diamond and I just admitted that. Yes, I am not perfect. I'm still human. It doesn't matter if you're an ambassador diamond. There are times when Courtney Bohr, she is a double ambassador. There's times where she's not on her A game because we are human, but we pull ourselves out of that. But, let's say that I'm not on my A game and I'm still posting and I'm still messaging, right? But I'm just not doing it with intentions and I'm not giving it my all and I don't, have that, whatever that word is that I'm looking for, y'all can feel it. If I don't have that, then my team senses it. It's very, very weird how it works, okay? And so that's why we say this business is 80% mindset and 20% actual work. 20% actual work as in messaging, posting, following up, following and stuff like that. 80% mindset as in growing your knowledge, okay? Self-development, reading in books. All of these books back here are just self-development books. It's just something that helps grow my mind, okay? If y'all want a good book to read, Secrets of the Millionaire Mind. Order it now. You will thank me later. So that's an amazing book. But, and even if y'all were on the Zoom, when was it, last Wednesday with Ashley Mayfield, she was talking about how she divides her time. And most of her time goes towards her personal development. And that's what she does first, right? Get yourself right, get your mind right, and then go to your personal business, your messaging, your posting, your following up, your growing your network, and then go to your team and check in with them, right? Because you can't be checking in with your team and trying to lead them if your mindset isn't where you need to be. And you can't be checking in with your team and trying to lead them if you're not doing the things for your business, because they're going to see you not doing anything. So you have to make sure that you're growing your mindset, pouring into yourself so that your cup can overflow into your team, but then doing all of your personal things that you have to do for your business and then taking it to your team, okay? So, that's that. And some people say, okay, let's say that you're sitting here and you're like, well, I don't know. Like, I'm trying to sign a runner. I'm just waiting for my runner. I'm just waiting to find that magical unicorn that's just going to come out of nowhere. I'm just going to sign her one day. Why don't you be that girl? Okay? Why don't you stop trying to find that girl and you figure out how to be that girl? And then guess what happens? Let me flip my page to my next part of notes. You're going to find that girl. Okay? When you become what you're wanting, you're going to find it, right? Because it starts with you. You can't be stop, go, and enroll somebody who's going to be consistent. I mean, you might, and you'd be a very lucky duck, but chances are, if you're stop, go all over the place, not really working, that's what you're bringing in, okay? Because like attracts like. So if you're stop, go, that's what you're going to get. If you're a runner, working daily, doing all of the things, that's what you're going to get. That's what you're going to find. So figure out what you need and what you want right now. Okay. I want you to pick that rank. Don't pick ambassador like me. Like literally the day I joined, I was like, I'm going ambassador diamond. Eventually we will all get there. But what is that rank that you need right now? Okay. Is it ruby? Is it emerald? Is it diamond? Pick that rank. And then what do you need to get there? Okay. Get that chart out. Look at your chart. How many distributors do you need? Okay, if you've been in the business and your goal is whatever, are you charted? How far away are you from being charted for this goal that you need? Figure that out now, okay? And then you should be working towards that, okay? Once you're charted, how much volume do you need? Figure that out. Make yourself a game plan and a roadmap, and then get it done and show up and be consistent. But once you do that, once you figure out what you need, and once you figure out what you're going to do, you have to commit to it, okay? Don't just say, well, I'm going Emerald. I'm going to go Emerald. Emerald is what I need. I need to sign on 6 more distributors, and I'm going to be charted. And then I need this X amount of volume. And then next week, you're just like, I don't know. I'm waiting for it to just fall in my lap and happen for me. No, you have to commit to that promotion. You have to commit to the work that it's going to take you to get there. Because I feel like we forget that even though this is a business that we work from our phone, and it's something from social media, and it's something from Facebook and Instagram, which is something that's so fun, there's still work. There's still the nitty-gritty that has to be done, right? And if we're not doing that, we're not producing the results. We're not getting where we want to be, okay? So commit to it. Once you've committed, run with it. Have that hustle. Go fast in that direction towards a specific goal, okay? Run with it. Once you've ran, don't let anything stand in your way. Know that life is going to throw this at you. It's going to throw that at you. And I'm not going to say that you're going to go like through something that I went through, but you're going to go through something, okay? Life doesn't stop just so you can work this business and be happy and be successful and climb the ranks. If anything, it gets harder because the devil is going to try and bring you down and distract you and keep you from these goals because this is something that's so good. Since I've been in this business, I have grown so much as a person, but I've gone through so much life. In the last almost 3 years, I have grown so much. Like if I look back, which this is going to be very hard for y'all to believe, I used to be very shy. Never would have gone live on Facebook. You would not have seen me leading people. Just so you know, who was at the, I know Courtney was there, Hannah Bowman was there, Deborah was there. The last event that we went to when I had to get up in front of a room of people, and it was a small room of people, and tell a little bit of my story. Could y'all hear me about to start crying? You put me in front of people, like actually in front of people, and I just cry. I've been a maid of honor in 3 weddings, and every single time I bawl my eyes out to the point where I can't even get words out. You can't even understand me. I can get on a computer and do it all day now, okay? But I'm actually legit scared that they're going to put me on. I want to be on a panel at conference, but I'm kind of scared that I'm going to be on a panel at conference in front of 20,000 people. I'm just going to be like, just show up and do it. I don't know. Don't look at me. Like I'm going to freak out, okay? Because I'm kind of shy. Like there's some things that make me uncomfortable, but this business has grown me. It's given me a confidence, okay? Like I know that I'm in control of where my life is going. I know that I'm in control of the things that I'm going to be able to give myself and to give my kids, you know? What lifestyle do I want us to have? Do I want us to have the lifestyle where we get a paycheck and we pay our bills and we go to the grocery store and we have nothing left, right? Because that's what a lot of people do. That's what most people do. That's what my parents did when I was growing up. It was pay bills, get groceries, nothing left. Pay bills, get groceries, nothing left every month. I was in the group of friends that, you know, all of my friends' dads were doctors and lawyers. And like my parents made, you know, decent money, but I wasn't fortunate to where like they would just give me $200 for the weekend and we could go to the Frisco Mall and just go shopping in Abercrombie and Hollister and get all of the things and go to the movie theater every single weekend. I had to like scrape up change to go to the movies or like beg them, can I have $20 to go to the movies this weekend? Okay. And so I asked myself, you know, do I want to do that? And obviously I'm not going to just give my kids money every single weekend, but I don't want to have to worry about, you know, can we afford to go on this vacation? Can I afford to give Berkeley this to go do that with her friends? Can I put Berkeley in gymnastics and dance? When Riley starts, you know, I want Riley to do t-ball and football. Do I want my kids to have to just choose one? What if they want to do all of them and fill it out and then pick what they're most passionate about, you know? I want to be able to give them those options, and that's what it's about. It's about having options, okay? So I'm going to check the chat. Do y'all have any questions? I love seeing all of those promotions y'all shouting out. And, like pick a goal, pick your goal, and then, kind of like what I said earlier, whenever I posted all of the recording of the, in the LifeVerse page, how long it took people to get their first customer, first distributor. Don't beat yourself up if you say, oh, well, I didn't get my first 4 customers in my first 30 days. I missed a $100 shopping spree. Who cares? A shopping spree, you get it and it's gone. But a residual income, I didn't get a shopping spree whenever I joined. They didn't have it, but I don't even know if I got, I would have gotten it if they had it because I got 7 customers my first month. Okay, but there's a lot of people who are ambassadors that they didn't get a shopping spree. They didn't earn their first 4 customers in their first 30 days. There's a lot of people who are ambassador that it took them forever to sign their first distributor. It took Allison 6 months to sign her first distributor, but she signed 17 customers in her first month. Okay. You're going to have months that you blow out of the water. You're going to have months that you're just like, holy cow, where is everybody? But guess what? That's sales. That's how sales are. They're up and they're down. 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 Like that's how it's always going to be, no matter what. And I don't know if y'all saw the live video, but I did a live video in our team page because Shay and I were talking about it when we were in Colorado. Because Estes Park, Colorado is a huge tourist town. Okay. So like right now it's their prime season. It's their boom season, right? Because the weather is popping. It's like 64 degrees, like it feels amazing. Okay. Do you think that those businesses are still open in the winter when there's snow on the ground? That's a trick question because yes, those businesses are still open in the winter when there's snow all over the ground. But do you think that when there's snow all over the ground and it's freezing cold, do you think that there's a lot of tourists there traveling? Because you can't really ski there. There's nowhere to ski in Estes Park. It's a place you go in like the spring and summer because it feels so good and it's not hot as hell like it is in Texas. So yes, they're still open for business year round, but they have a massive slow season when there's snow on the ground. Okay. So how do they keep their doors open? How can they afford to pay their rent for their store or to pay their utilities for their store and to pay their bills in their home life? How can they afford that? That's because right now, when it's their prime time, they're hustling. They're getting people in their doors. They are getting people to purchase their products. That's exactly what we do, except we do it on social media. Okay. So if you had your store, okay, you have your It Works store. How are you going to get people in your door? By just sitting here waiting for them to walk in. And then when they walk in, you're like, hi, oh my gosh, we have 50 health and wellness products. What are your goals? What can I help you with? No, you're going to put signs out on the sidewalk. You're going to have your cute little chalkboard sign or a big flashy blinking sign like skinny coffee this way, right? And you're going to get people in the door. And then they come in the door and what do? Hi, can I help you look for something? That's exactly what we do. They tell us that they're interested in something and we say, okay, awesome. What are your goals? Right? And then once you've told them, oh, I'm looking for a sweatshirt, they're going to take you to the sweatshirts. They're not going to take you to the pants. Right? And so when they tell us, oh, well, I'm looking to lose, 30 pounds. I have a wedding coming up and I want to look good. Okay, great. Do you mind me asking you a few questions? And then you're going to narrow it down to the products and you're going to point them in the directions of the products that are going to help them, right? You're not going to suggest them something that's not going to help them. That is what we do, right? But you cannot expect to be successful in this business. You can't expect to get anywhere in this business if you're not putting in the work, okay? You might have some people come to you. You might be lucky, and do a post here and there and have somebody come to you and you might get, 3 customer enrollments in a distributor a month. But that's not completing your steps to success, okay? And the reason that Pam and Mark and everybody came up with the steps to success is because they said, if we teach our distributors to sign on 4 customers every single month, and they teach, and 3 distributors, and then you teach your 3 distributors to sign on their 4 customers and their 3 distributors, and so on and so on and so on and so on, you are continuously growing and you are continuously moving forward, right? 4 customers and 3 distributors a month. That's 7 enrollments in 1 month, you guys. Okay? That is beyond doable. ever since I joined, I said, you know what? 7 enrollments seems too easy. That seems too easy and too small. So I told myself, just double it. And when Ashley Mayfield said that the other day, that that's all she focuses on is at least completing her steps to success twice, the light bulb went off again. Because I was like, why haven't I been enrolling like I used to? And it's because I've been thinking, you need to sign 30 customers and you need to sign 15 distributors and you need to be getting all of these people. And I've been putting too much on me, right? And then when I don't do that, I get in my head and I say, okay, well, wow, you didn't reach your goal. Like, you didn't do what you're supposed to do, right? And so that puts me in a funk, and that gets me to where I'm not working my business the way that I should be, right? But the months where I focus on just completing my steps to success twice, which was 8 customers and 6 distributors a month, there would be months where I would enroll 37 customers without even trying, 12 distributors without even trying. It's like they just came to me. But it's because I wasn't overwhelmed, right? I wasn't setting the bar too high and then getting so discouraged when that didn't happen. I was giving myself a reasonable goal within a reasonable amount of time, and I was getting it done plus some. Okay, so you have to do that with your enrollments. If we as a team, okay, made our goal 2 steps to success every single month, I have no doubt that we would have so many diamonds. So many diamonds, okay? You would be seeing that paycheck that you dream about, okay? So what's that paycheck? Right now, put it in the chat. What is your dream paycheck? To where if you saw that paycheck, you'd be like, oh, right, I'm doing something right here. Like, I'm getting it going, okay? Put it in the chat. Because if you complete your steps to success once and even twice, and you teach your team to do that, you're going to get there. All of these numbers that y'all are typing, these check amounts, that's what's going to get you there, okay? But it starts with you. It starts with the work that you're putting in. It starts with, what you're speaking of yourself, what you're speaking of your business. Because if you're saying, I'm doing all of these things, but I'm just not enrolling, there's your problem. You're speaking it. You're speaking, I'm not enrolling. Therefore, you're not going to enroll, because that's what you're telling. That's what you're saying out loud. Flip your mindset. I'm doing all of these things. I've planted so many seeds. I'm about to have the biggest harvest ever. The second you do that, and the second you flip your mindset to that, you're going to be like, oh my gosh, I remember when Carly was on a Zoom and she told me to do this. And then I remember when I did it. And then I remember that I was like mind blown. And you're going to message me and you'll be like, hey, yeah, thank you. Because that's what works. Okay. It's upstairs in the Millionaire Mindset book. I don't remember exactly how the quote goes, but whatever you're thinking, or your thoughts produce feelings, and feelings produce actions, and actions produce results. Okay. So if you're thinking that your business is just not where I want to be, my business sucks, my team sucks, this isn't for me. If that's what you're thinking, how is that going to make you feel? Not good. You're not going to feel good. You're not going to feel like posting. You're not going to feel like messaging. You're not going to feel like working. Okay. And then guess what? Those feelings produce the actions of not working. And then what happens? You're not producing results. Okay. Do y'all see how simple this is? And do you see why everybody says 80% mindset, 20% actual work? Now, on the flip side, what are your thoughts? Your thoughts are, I'm planting so many seeds. I have so many conversations going. I have so many potentials. How does that make you feel? You feel productive, right? Maybe you don't have any enrollments right now. It's the second. Keep in mind. Maybe you don't have any enrollments, but all of these thoughts that you're having, you're saying, this is going to be the best month. This is fire. This is exciting. I'm having so much fun. I love my team. I love this business. I love where it's going. I love these products. I love what these products are going to do for me. How is that making you feel? Amazing. It's going to make you feel amazing, right? You're going to feel like you're being productive. You're going to feel like you're in the right place, okay? And then your feelings produce your actions. So you're feeling good. So what are your actions? Well, you're excited. So you're popping in everybody's inbox, right? You're getting even more conversations going. You're posting, and your posts and your captions are fire because you're fire right now, okay? You're doing all of this. And then what are your results? Well, you charted yourself for Ruby. You just promoted to Ruby. You got your $100 shopping spree. You've charted yourself for Emerald, right? Y'all do realize that the average Ruby makes around $500 a month. And you do know that you can make more than that, right? There's no cap on your pay at any rank. The average double makes around $4,500. Last September, when Riley was born, my double diamond paycheck was almost $7,800 as a double diamond. Because I went into this season and I was like, I feel great. My team is great. Nothing's getting in my way. I just left all that crap. I'm on my own, got my own life going. I'm about to change the world. Like, everybody watch out. And I produced my biggest paycheck as a double diamond, right? My first triple diamond paycheck was $8,000, like $8,100 something dollars as a triple. My very first one. I pushed that promotion. I knew that our team was not so strong for me to have a higher paycheck. But as a double, I had a paycheck that was almost as much as a triple. Okay? There are triples in this business who make as much as presidentials. There are triples who make almost as much as ambassadors. There's no cap on the pay that you can make with this. Okay? So set your goals. Don't let anything stand in your way. Do not complain. And you honestly have no excuse. What happens, okay? Let's say, and this is obviously just an example, but let's say that I'm the CEO of our team, okay? Essentially, yes, but I'm the CEO, okay? And let's say that your job is to post every day and to message and to follow up and to follow and grow your network. And on Mondays, we have mandatory meetings at 8 o'clock. What happens when you don't show up to those meetings in like a corporate job? You probably get written up, right? A couple times you get called out. Hey, you're not doing your job. Well, what happens when you're not doing what your job entitles you to do, which is post, message, follow up? And it's corporate America. You're going to get written up because you're not doing your job, right? And then it keeps happening. What happens? You probably get fired, right? And they find somebody to replace you who's going to work. This is basically the same thing, except I'm never going to fire you. You basically fire yourself, okay? Let that sink in. Whenever you quit on this job, whenever you quit this business and you don't show up, it's not that you're not showing up for me, because I will find somebody to put in that spot for my goals, okay? Because at the end of the day, it all boils down to, this is my business, and I'm not going to let anything or anyone hold me back. And if you're not showing up the way that I need you to show up, I'm going to find somebody who will. And you should be the same way with your team. But you should also have that mindset for your leader. I have always been so scared of disappointing Courtney Bohr. She's the only double ambassador in the company, and she's who enrolled me. And I'm like, I would probably cry if she came to me and was like, you just really let me down. Like, you're just not doing what you're supposed to be doing. Like, I was a ruby in this business, and I was like, okay, if I was a diamond, what would a diamond do? Like, how would a diamond lead their team, right? And that's how I've always looked at it. Because you don't join this business to just go ruby and to stop. You join this business to go ruby, and then to help people go ruby, which helps you go emerald, and then help someone go emerald and someone go ruby, and you go diamond. And then you start helping people go diamond, okay? And you become a leader. And you don't want to let those people down. You don't want them to let you down, okay? So the whole point of that was to treat it like a business, an actual business, that if you don't show up to it, you're going to get fired. You're going to get replaced. And that is not me being harsh. I hope that y'all don't take that like, oh my gosh, she's so mean. I hope you take that with the love that I actually say that with, because I want this for y'all. Like, I don't know, your struggles, but there were times where I would go to the grocery store and I would sit there and be like, okay, milk, $3.10. Okay, this is all right, $2.98. Okay, hold on. What's my total? Okay, how do I figure out tax? I don't want to cut it close. That was my life before this business. Going to the grocery store and having to add up the totals of things as I put them in my cart so that my card didn't decline. There was times that my card did decline. And if that has ever happened to you and you have to push your shopping cart forward and leave it and walk away, it's the most embarrassing feeling in the world Literally, there's people behind you, and I'm just like, please, Lord, do not let somebody ask to buy my groceries for me, because I'm going to say, no, shh, this did not happen. We'll never speak of this again, because it's embarrassing. I've had cars repossessed. I have walked out. Berkeley was one. I was going to school. It was right before I joined the business. I was on my way to, it wasn't right before. Berkeley wasn't one. She was a baby. I was going to cosmetology school, and I had no clue. I mean, I knew that my car payment was very late, but I didn't know like when it was going to happen. And I walked out to the guy, you know, yanking my car up. He's like, you want to clean it out? And I had Berkeley on my hip in my school bag. And I was like, yeah, hold on. Had to go in, set her down, go clean out my car, and then call my mom and tell her, hey, I'm not bringing Berkeley to you so you can watch her today because I can't go to school. She was like, why can't you go to school? I was like, oh, well, my car just got repoed. How do you think that made me feel? Right before I joined this, so I joined in November. That December, obviously, because I promoted to Ruby in January, that December, my first paycheck was $145 because I had a $100 bonus on it. They had a Christmas cash bonus. It was $145. So without that bonus, my first check would have been $45, okay? And I think it went to groceries and like a bill or something, but we couldn't pay our gas bill. Our gas bill was late, and our heat was gas. Our heat got shut off the December of 2016, the month after I joined this business. And I remember having $30, and I went to the dollar store in Pottsboro, Texas, and I bought 2 heaters that I plugged in. And I stayed at home with Berkeley, obviously. And so what I would do is like keep the blinds shut so that like the heat would stay in, and like close the curtains. I would plug in both of those heaters on opposite sides of the room and like make these big, massive like blanket pallets, and we would hang out in there all day. And then when it was time for her to like go take a nap, I would move the heaters to our bedroom. When it was time to go to sleep, we would take the heaters in our bedroom and shut the door because we had no heat. And like, yeah, I live in Texas, but it still gets cold. And when you have no heat in winter, it gets cold. And we had a baby. Okay. I was like, this will never happen again. My water has been shut off. There were times where I couldn't use the bathroom in my house, and I had to drive to gas stations to use the bathroom. And I do not want y'all living that life, because that's not a life to live at all. And this business is what allowed me to leave that. Okay. Because of this business, because of how I saw other leaders, I remember being a brand new distributor and looking at triples and being like, you are just something I'm not. I'm never going to be there. Like, I remember thinking that and feeling that way. You know something, you're better at this than me, you're different than me, you didn't struggle like I struggled, right? Look at where I am. Look at where I started, okay? It doesn't matter where you are right now. It doesn't matter where you've been. It doesn't matter what you're going through. This business will help you completely change your life if you step up to the plate, you look at the work that you have to get done, and you do it. And you don't let anything stand in your way. All the excuses, your feelings. Do y'all know I love watching Bachelorette and The Bachelor, Bachelor in Paradise. I love watching Netflix shows. I really want to sit down and watch the 3rd season of 13 Reasons Why. September something, American Horror Story comes back on. I love watching TV. I do. But Caroline kind of called me out in our leaders chat that we have maybe a month ago. And because I was like, oh, it's Monday, like Bachelorette. And she was like, there's no BV in TV. And I was like, why did you have to say that? Because now when I get the urge to go sit down and watch Netflix, I'm like, there's no BV in this. This is not going to enroll customers or distributors. This is not supporting me getting where I want to go in this business, okay? So I sacrifice watching TV, and late at night when I could be laying in bed catching up on all my shows, I turn on a work Zoom because my children are asleep, and I play Lizzo or Cardi B YouTube, and I work. I message. I respond to messages. I find, new distributors that I'm working with, and I FaceTime them, and I go over their goals, and I pour into this business because that's what's going to get me where I want to be, okay? It's a priority, right? So what are your priorities? Are your priorities TV? Are your priorities things that do not give you BV, right? Make it a priority, treat it like a business, And I'm not saying that you have to go all in. I did reward myself a couple weeks ago. Y'all are going to think I'm crazy. I rewarded myself and I watched an entire season in one night of, what was it called? The Sinner. If y'all have seen that on Netflix. I watched the whole first season in one night. I started it and I was like, you cannot go to sleep until you finish it because this is your one TV night for like the next 2 months. So like all in or nothing. Okay. So I watched the whole season. I rewarded myself. And it's good to do that. Like be disciplined with yourself to make yourself show up to the business and work when you need to. But don't just be a strickler and never do anything fun. Reward yourself. Just like, you know what? You had a really good week. You were on every Zoom. You messaged when you were supposed to. You posted. You did all the things. This Friday night, you can watch your TV show. Okay? You can go out with your friends this weekend because you showed up during the week. You did this. Okay? But don't make that a habit. Don't be like, oh, you enrolled a customer. Okay, now go watch 3 episodes of TV. No. I mean actual awesome, massive results that you actually did something, not just one customer and go and reward yourself. You did something in this business. You moved mountains in somebody else's life or in your life. Go reward yourself. Okay. It is almost 9 o'clock. So I hope that y'all got something from this. I hope that this helped y'all. I hope that it lit a fire inside of you. I hope that you're going to hop off of here, get on that next Zoom, learn how to get all of the points, and then we're going to hop off of that. We're going to get the kids to sleep. We're going to hop on a work Zoom, and we're going to enroll all the customers and get all the points. But I'm excited for this. I'm excited for this season. I'm excited for what our team is doing. I hope y'all have a great night and love you. Bye.